So, good morning, ma'am. I am Christopher Advincula, and today I will discuss about the law regulating restaurants and other tourism-oriented establishment in the Chapter 10. So, in this topic, I will tackle about the restaurants and the rules, and also the different establishment in the hospitality and tourism industry. So for the learning objectives, enumerate the responsibilities of a restaurant or similar establishment. Identify the law governs restaurant caterers, bars, health and fitness clubs, spa and entertainment outlet. Next, we will cite an examples of issues and problems that may arise in restaurants and other tourism-oriented establishments. So for the content, first, the nature and description of the business. Next, the law governing casinos and gaming establishment. Third, law regulating caterers. Fourth, retail trade law. We will also discuss the law regulating sale of alcohol and the historic sites. So, these chapters deals with law regulating restaurants and other tourism-related establishments. So, we'll tackle about the different establishment and tourism sector that support our country's free artistic and intellectual expressions, which eventually leads to dynamic evolution of a Filipino national culture. So for the nature and description of business, so there are many business establishment in the tourism and hospitality industry. And for one of these establishment is the restaurant. So we all know that restaurant is it will serve the foods and drinks to the customers. Restaurant also has a caterers as well as the servers who serve the foods for the request of the customers. So a restaurant is an establishment offering to the public refreshments or the meals. So there are many types of restaurants in our country. So there is a public restaurant. So there also in our country they adapt also the Japanese restaurants and other restaurants types of restaurant that offers in the public to the guests for refreshment as well as for the meal. So for the bars and pubs may also be classified under this generic category. So if we talk about bar, so it's all about more on the alcoholic or non-alcoholic for the cocktail and non-cocktail, or more on the offers drinks to the customers, but they have also offers meals who nga ang guest mo request. So for the department store, so department store can be seen to the different location to different location in our country. So these are the store that sells or carries several lines of merchandise and that is organized into separate section for the purpose of promotion, service, accounting, and the control. So for the shop, so this is a small retail establishment offering a line of goods or the services. Also, a sports and recreational club center. So this establishment offering sports and recreation facilities to the tourists and to the general public. So sports pwede na siya sa hotel nga nag-offer ang mga recreational activities. For the gym, club, and dance studios, theme parks, cinemas, theaters, and concert halls fall under this category. So, museum is an institutional establishment where a collection of valuable objects and artifacts and historic and culture. So, kumudong ta sa museum, so we will see a different historical sculpture, historical paintings, historical things nga kanang old things nga makit-an sa museum. So we're a collection of valuable objects and artifacts in history and culture. So these are the objects and the paintings is part of the history of the nation. So it will collect national collection of arts and sciences, put exhibition for the general public. Next in line is the karaoke bar. So this is an establishment offering a karaoke and videoke facilities of tourists to the general public. So ne next is the gallery. So this establishment that has a formal space for exhibition of paintings, sculptures, prints, photographs, potteries, and mixed media works. So, tertiary hospital for medical tourism. So, it's an institution that provides clinical and management. So, medical tourism offers a wide knowledge for the tourists. So, it can be a medical, nag-focus na sila sa mga medical. So, as well as specialized and subspecialized forms of treatments, surgical procedure, and intensive care for the patients. So, medical tourism involves traveling for the purpose of availing healthcare services or treatments of illness in order to maintain one's health and well-being. So, what this is the main purpose of the medical tourism in order to cater some tourists who have an illness as well as health problems to their body. So, next is the spa. So, it's an establishment that has a holistic approach to health and wellness, rest and relaxation that aims to treat the body, mind, and spirit by integrating a range of professionally administered health, wellness, fitness, and beauty water treatment services. So, more on relaxations ang spa. So let's move on to the restaurants. So restaurants, the facade and architectural features of the building must appropriately designed. So in restaurants, so design is very important in terms of an architectural design. So in design, so the ergonomics must and facilities planning must be applied in order to avoid the accident from the cost of the customers and the service crew or the kit or the servers. So the dining room must be adequate in size with sufficient well-maintained furniture. So in restaurants, so size is also a main factors in influencing in order to avoid some accidents. So the size must be ganang sakto ra siya to cater the maximum the numbers of the customers. So also adequate number of well-trained, well-groomed, experienced, efficient, and courteous staff should be employed. So the kitchen, pantry, and cold storage should be in good operating conditions at all times. So for the shops department store, so the establishment should be fronting a major street or thoroughfare or situated in shopping center mall. The entrance and display windows should be attractively designed and adequately illuminated. The furniture and decor of the establishment should be presentable and functional at all times. So the all the machinery equipment of the shop must be functional at all times. So the shop should be fully air conditioned. Well-maintained restrooms should be provided for by the establishment itself. So in the event that the shop is located in a shopping mall or commercial building, the common public restroom should be made available to the clients or visitors. So the public restroom must be available. So kailangan if musud sila sa establishment, so reachable na ang ang comfort room. So for the sports and recreational centers, so the locality and environment including approaches should be pleasant with proper ingress and egress. The facade and architectural features should be appropriately designed, so there should be provided adequate and secured parking space to the customers. And also, there should be adequate sports and recreational equipments, because that is one of the reason or the main reason why the customers go to the recreational to uh, para magamit ang mga facilities as well as the equipments of that establishment. So there should be provided adequate and accessible toilet facilities separately for male as well as to female. Tissue papers, soap hand, power towels shall be also provided in for the amenities for the facilities. Next is the museum. So the institution should be a member of the National Committee of the Museum. So the staff, all the establishment must be registered in the National Committee on Museum. So the locality and environments including approaches should be pleasant with proper ingress and ingress. So the architectural features should be appropriately designed. And for receptionists should be available to usher the guests. So the staff of the museum must be well-informed para hindi na pangutana ang mga guests or the customers ana nga architecture or the sculpture, so that they will give the exact information sa guests para di po sa magbuot-buot kung unsay mga information nga ihatag adto nga object or the things. So next, for the karaoke bar, so the locations and environments including approaches should be pleasant with proper ingress and should comply with the zoning and land use policies of the municipality concerned. So this will be accredited also to the municipality, and the architectural features should be appropriately designed and installed. So there should be an adequate, secured parking space provided free to customers. So a receptionist should be available to usher the guests. For the gallery, administrators, operators should ascertain that the artwork and exhibition display are authentic and acquired from other sources. So kailangan ang mga artworks sa gallery, so nasiyay ka ng name that specific artist on that arts. Other sources said accusation must be legitimate and not violative of any law relating to said transaction and the accusation. So the paintings and other artworks on exhibit or on display should be properly lighted and labeled. Yes, the gallery should be properly secured. The gallery should be member of the National Commission on Culture and Arts Committee on Independent Arts Galleries. For the medical tourism, so the minimum requirements for the operation of tertiary hospital for medical tourism should base on the following location. So if we talk about location, so kailangan ang medical tourism is very accessible to the patient. So if in case nga na ay dadon, so dali na siya ma-reach out. So next is the bedroom. So there will be a standard bedroom for the medical tourism. And also the front office, there will be a front office or the receptionist. Also the housekeeping, so kani siya ang magpilo, ang maglabas sa mga linens and other sa mga hospitals. Also there will be an engineering and the maintenance, and also the general facilities, and also the staff or the manpower in order to provide the needs and wants of the patients. So for the spa are classified according to the following. So there will be different types of the spa or the classification of the spa. So for the day spa, so this is a spa offering a variety of professional administered spa services. So sila ang cater in sa buntag. So this is use basis including hair and beauty salons and wellness clinics that shall offer at least one water treatment. So for the destination resort spa, so diri ang spa makita sa mga resort, so which has sole purpose to provide clients with lifestyle improvement and health enhancement through professionally administered spa services, physical fitness, education, programming, and on-site accommodation where spa cuisine or health food is offered. So for the health, hotel spa, so located within the hotel town, providing professionally administered spa services, fitness, and wellness component. For the cruise spa is spa aboard a cruise ship that provides professionally administered spa services, fitness, and wellness components, and spa cuisine menu choices. For the club spa is a facility whose primary purpose is fitness, offering a variety of professionally administered spa services on a day-use basis to both club members and non-members. For the wellness spa, so this is spa which provides service and environment wherein the interconnected of diet lifestyle. And for the rehabilitation center, so this spa which primarily focuses on rehabilitation therapy for various accident or health included. For the hospital spa, so this facility with spa wherein integrates another alternative approach to promote healing and a balance of minds, body, and the soul. So next, we will move on to the law governing casinos and gaming establishments. So these are the law that provided or must be complied of the casino establishment and gaming establishment. So for the Section 1 declaration of the policy, it is hereby declared to be the policy of the state to centralize and integrate all games of chance not thereto authorized by existing franchise or permitted by law in order to attain the following objectives. So first, to centralize and integrate the right and authority to operate and conduct games of chance into one corporate entity to be controlled, administered, and supervised by the government. Next, to establish and operate clubs and casinos for the amusement and recreation, including sports gaming pools, it's either basketball, footballs, or the lotteries, and such other forms of amusement and recreation, including games of chance, which may be followed by the law with the territorial jurisdiction of the Philippines and which will generate sources of additional revenue, create recreation and facilities, and minimize, not totally eradicate. So for the Section 2, the Philippine Amusement Park and Gaming Corporation or the PAGCOR, creation and purpose to implement state policy and pursue the objectives set forth in the preceding section. So there is hereby created of the body corporate to be known as the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporations. So for the operation and maintenance of the tourism-related establishments, so firefighting facilities should be provided accordance with the Fire Code of the Philippines. So no pets or animals should be allowed within the premises. So keepers, managers, or operators should exert all possible efforts not to permit any person whom they know or have reason to believe either prostitute, pedophile, of the questionable character to the establishment for a purpose of immoral and illegal activities. So prostitute is not allowed for the casinos. So without prejudice to the provisions of the existing law, operators, managers, and their assistants should be administered by liable for the act of omission of any staff committed against members' guests. Next, for the requirements for the accreditation of the Department of Tourism, so any person or partnership, corporation, or other entity desiring to secure an accreditation from the department shall accomplish and duplicate and file with the department the application prescribed for such purpose. So the application shall be accompanied by 2 copies of the following documents. First, certified true copy of the articles and corporations registered with the Security Exchange Commission, applicant's latest income tax, so list of all names of all the officials, mayor's permit, as well as proof of exhibitions. So next, we will move on to the laws regulating to the caterers. So there are 2 kinds of the catering services. First, the on-premise catering. So in this type of catering, the caterer has his own banquet hall with an attached kitchen or production area. So off-premise catering, for this type of catering, the caterers brings the complete service to the customer. So it is kind of banquet operation that take place in a venue chosen by clients and airline, both industrial site and other places. So the Food Caterers Association or the FACAP. So the Food Caterers Associations of the Philippines is a group of catering companies with the need of professionalized industry and serve needs of Philippine catering industry. So the association has managed to attract a diverse network of renowned allied members who represent the food manufacturing, food distribution. So one of the responsibilities of the caterers is for the food service, audio systems, oral photo, and wedding planning industries. So for the role of the local government units under the local government code, the responsibility for provision of basic service and facilities have been devolved to local government units. So the term devolution refers to the act by which the national government confers power and authority upon the various local government units to perform specific functions and the facilities. So for the rule of Bureau of Fraud and Drugs, so under the Republic Act of number 3720, known as the Food and Drug and Cosmetic Act, the law seeks to ensure the safety of good quality, so it is will be liable for the good quality of the food and supply of the good drugs and cosmetics and to regulate production. So for the retail trade law, so the Liberation of Act 2000 was enacted on March 7, 2000, which specifically repealed Republic Act known for the Retail Trade National Law. So the act defines retail trade to convey any act, occupation, or calling habitually selling direct or general public merchandise. For the law regulating of alcohol, so the National Internal Revenue Code of the 1997 has imposed excise taxes on the purchase of alcohol. So the excise tax rate shall be based on the classification of alcohol content as provided under the law. So for the local government code, so under said law, every local government and unit shall exercise the powers of expressly granted, those necessarily implied their form, as well as the power of misappropriate incidental for the client. For the law regulating churches and the monuments, so there will be landmarks of historic offenses. By the virtue of presidential decree, the following has been declared national shrines. So there is a national shrines and landmarks in the Philippines. So one of these national shrines is the Santa Ana Site Museum in Manila, the Roman Catholic Churches of Poway, and the San Agustin Church. So this historical site is protected by the government code, government agency, or the national territory. So if there will be a person who vandalize in this historical site, so there will be a penalty under the National Code of the Philippines for the prohibition and for the rehabilitation of the national historical sites. So that's it for the regulations of rating restaurant, other tourism or retail establishments. So restaurant and other establishment has also there will be law provided by the amendments, as well as the tourism establishment. So governments, the national are protected in the different establishment and the tourism different tourism establishment sector. The government protected in the establishment. So that is that all for today. Thank you and God.